Page 52, in a glass bottom boat. We've sure been in the water a lot in these last few pieces. Oh boy. Let's look this over. It's really a pretty piece. It's 1 page long, treble and bass clef, at least to start with. The clef signs are going to change some. We'll deal with it. 3 sharps in the key signature. This is in the key of A major. Make sure you can do the A major scale. I got the video. You know what to do. Okay. 4/4 time signature. Now let's take it one hand at a time and check the fingering. I don't think the rhythm's a problem. So we're moving around a bit. Right hand, you're starting out in this position. Remember, the F sharp and G sharp are in the key signature. So it's 1, 2. There, in the second measure, that E is tied. You see that little curved line? It's tied. You hold it down, add that to it. There. And then you lift up, it's bass clef. Just lift up and come down. So, little finger, so you can reach down. You lift up and do it again. E's tied, and come down. Little finger here, here. And the reason for the little finger is because I got to come down here on the next note, and that prepares me. I want to connect it. Then lift up in here a second. The idea. Last line, we are here, then treble clef. We have an A and a C in various places throughout the rest. I'm going to use 2 and 4. It's just comfortable. You can use 1 and 3, 1 and 2, whichever fingers you want, but I'm going to use the same fingers on all of these. So here, then you come up to this one, then you come up to this one, and then down, back, and here. So you're playing the same notes. Okay, just pick a fingering that works for you. Left hand, let's look at this. So 2 and a 4 here, so we're in this position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember the G sharp, it's in the key signature. Then you lift up and come down. You come back up here. Okay. And the last line. Here. And then they say a 5-1. Well, because I'm coming back down here, I don't want to use 5. I'm going to stretch out a little bit. Maybe 3-1 or 2-1. This way I'm closer to this. Because if I'm here, my hand is here, I got to go all the way down to here. But if I can stretch out a little bit, my hand is lower. And that way I'm not moving as far. So I'm going to use maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1 here. And then come up to this one, same thing. 3-1 to here. And then treble clef here. And then here. And then here. You're basically playing the same notes at different parts of the piano. Put the hands together and see what happens here. You're here, and then here, and then here. These notes, the E's tied, so I got all 4 of these notes down at the end of the second measure, and then I have to lift both hands up and move. You may have to practice that, because there's no easy way to do this. You just lift up and move. At the end of the phrase, we have time. Taking a breath, but you got to know where you're going in the fingers here. Now, 4th measure, the left hand's got to get off of that because the right hand needs it. And then back up to here. And down here. You put the hands together. And then go back over it very carefully. Hit the treble spots and get rid of the hesitations. These hand moves, we don't mess up the beat because we move the hand. You're lifting up a little bit early. Don't lift up any earlier than you have to. But the beat has to be a steady beat throughout the whole thing. And I think about the articulation. Here it's very connected. It's like 2 major phrases. Lift up. Lift up. You can hear the phrases. So just lift up. The left hand, we're going to try and connect it all, but I kind of have to lift up because we're moving. So, yeah, just lift up. Lift up. You have to, you're moving. Now at the bottom, the last line here, lift up. You have to lift up because you're moving. But don't lift up any longer than you have to. Then I think about the dynamics, and that applies to the melody, which is the right hand here. MP is mezzo piano. It's sort of soft. It's not soft, it's sort of soft. And you're staying there pretty much throughout the piece. Yuck. I'm not going to play the whole piece at that level. Get into it and get to feel in the piece, and you can get a little louder and softer as you want. Maybe because the phrasing, it sounds like a statement reply. On the phrasing, this statement, reply. Statement, reply. Well, experiment a little bit. Sometimes you want the statement to be louder than the reply. So maybe I'll play the reply at very soft. Here. Soft. Or flip them. Maybe I play, if the statement is going to be moderately soft, maybe I'll play the reply loud or moderately loud, louder than that. You see, you can experiment with these dynamics and play around with them. Just don't play it all the same. Ugh. Now the fermata in the third line here, second measure here, that sounds lovely, don't it? It's not my fault, they wrote it. It's just, you hold that out for as long as you can tolerate that sound, and then you go on. If I do it with a metronome, I'll just double the value and hold it for 4 counts instead of 2, and then I'll go on. I don't know. What do you feel? Cantabile is not a speed, it's a feeling. It's a singing style. Think of someone singing this. In that case, it's like a duet. The higher part, the woman probably is up here, and the man is down here. It's like a duet. Think of a couple people singing this. Now they've added pedal. And again, if we're going to use pedal, what are we using it for? It looks like they're pedaling these half notes, the longer held notes, to give them color. It also helps a little bit in the moving around, but not very much. In the last line, it helps connect it a little bit better because we're moving around. However, I would like to introduce you to another pedaling technique that's used sometimes. It's not in the book yet. I don't know if they'll ever get around to showing you, but I'm going to show you now because it comes in handy. You see, on a piano, we can't really connect repeated notes very well. I mean, on a well-regulated grand piano, there is a way to sort of do it. It's rather difficult, but we don't count on it. We just say you can't connect repeated notes. Well, we can with the pedal. So sometimes if we want to connect the repeated notes, we have to use the pedal. And that's what we're doing here. This left hand, I like to connect those chords. I like them nice and smooth and even. Well, I can use the pedal for that. But I don't want to use the pedal for the whole thing because then it gets blurry and it gets ugly and all that. So I'm only going to use the pedal long enough to play the chord again, to connect the chords, and that's it. It's not down very long at all. It's just down for a little bit, long enough to connect the chords. So at the beginning, no pedal here. But right when I get ready in the left hand to go to the B3, I'm going to push the pedal down right before it, and then lift it up right after I play beat 3. So it's down just long enough to connect the chords, and that's all it's for. So at the beginning, it's here. Now I don't need the pedal here because I need it's a new phrase. I don't want to connect this. They want pedal here, give it overtones, and then lift the pedal up with the hands so we get a little silence. Here. Now in the second line, the last 2 measures here, so I want to connect the left hand. Well, I'd also like to connect those 2 Fs. Sorry. I like to connect those. So I'll just pedal them. I'll connect them. In this case, I'm going to push the pedal down After I play the first one, I'm going to leave it down and then lift it after I play the third beat. Because that way I connect the left hand. So I'm connecting both hands here. I'm complicating the pedal a little bit. You have to coordinate what the pedal is doing and the hands are doing. It's making it a little more complicated, but it's going to make you a so much better piano player. People listening won't understand what you're doing. They won't realize what you're doing, all the complexity and stuff you're going through, but they will enjoy the sound. And that's what we're after here. So I'm going to do that throughout to connect the repeated notes wherever they need to be. Now that last line, I'm going to go ahead and pedal the first measure. I pedaled all these other measures. Why not pedal this one? I lift up, lift up, lift up, change. See, we have a little silence in some of those, and then the last two measures are all connected. That's what I'm going to suggest on the pedal. You have to listen very carefully to what the pedal is doing to the sound. If you don't like it, adjust it. If you feel like getting a little louder and softer, like in the third line, I felt a little retard in there. You feel like a little retard, Dondo? Put it in. If you don't feel it, don't put it in. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2. Remember to feel the natural accents too. Let's play this together slowly and check all the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics and do it all about the same. I'm going to pedal it like I suggested, and I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 3 and 4 and. 2, 3, 4. 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, hold, go on. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1,